All right. You're not aware of this, but this is take two. Take one was disastrous, just disastrous. All right, so let's try take two. This is your attendance for today, okay? Let's take a look at this. You're going to hit question help. You're going to click ask my instructor. You need to do that for attendance. It's going to tell me that you participated today on Friday. You can do this on any problem on either 2.8 or 3.4. I just have 2.8 pulled up, so, great. Do that, and that will tell me that you've done today's thing. That makes you register for my math lab, which you really need to do, and it gets you doing the thing that's going to give you the most interaction with me. This is the best way to reach out to me and go, hey, I need help with this problem. That's why we're doing this. This isn't here to waste your time or to do like attendance. I don't really care about that. What I care about is giving you the support that you absolutely need to pass this class, and using that as my instructor button is the best way to get support on the things that you need. Cool? All right. Again, sorry I'm missing class today. I scheduled this thing 2 years ago before I knew I was taking this class, and I'm having an absolute ton of fun. And sorry, I guess, kind of. I'm not sorry. All right. So what we're going to do here is today's work, and so let's take a look at this. So M is our slope. M is our slope. That's the letter we use for slope is M. So that is slope. That's gonna come back several times. And M is rise over run. And rise, that's the thing that goes up and down. The thing that goes up and down is our y values. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because x is the value that runs. It's the one that goes left to right. So y is the thing that goes up and down. X is the thing that goes left and right. Okay. So my slope formula is that thing right there. Just read it. Find the slope of the line. So we're given 2 points. I do this chart. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. I don't really care if you like it or don't like it. It helps some people. So I'm just going to do this real quick. The last time I did this chart, I screwed it up completely. So the very helpful chart that I say all the time, if you don't actually write it correctly, doesn't help at all. So this is point 1, negative 1, 9. I swapped the numbers around. I wasn't paying attention. And this is my second point 2, negative 6. So this chart kind of helps me identify what's my x1, what's my x2, what's my y1, what's my y2. You want to use it, great. If you don't want to use it, I don't really care. It's, just something I've been doing the last couple of years. It does help some people. So M is equal to, again, my formula is y2. So my y2 value here is negative 6 minus, that is part of the formula, minus y1. y1 is 9 all over top of x2, which is 2, and then minus and a negative 1. All right, and that's going to be very, very tricky. That has 2 negative signs right there. Please pay attention. The formula has a negative sign. The number is negative, so you're going to have double negatives. That's going to be really, really important. A lot of people are going to screw that up. Please watch that. As we said in the last class, negatives are generally where most people make their mistakes. So, negative 15 over 3. That's negative 6 minus 9 gives us a negative 15. If I owe someone $6 and I borrowed $9, I owe them $15. 2, a double negative becomes a positive. 2 plus 1 is 3. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. Good? Comfortable with that? So the slope is, M is negative 5. I just do a negative 5 right here. I would have to click this little thing. Good? Good? We're good? I don't type M equals. I don't write M equals. I just do the negative 5 right there. So even though our problem is M equals negative 5, we just put negative 5 there. Right. Find the slope of the line that passes through the given points. Again, you had the formula. Oh, you didn't write down the formula? Well, why not? All right. That is a perfect thing to have right next to you in your notes for the test. What you doing? Minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. That's the other way. I don't know if I like it. I like my chart way, but you know, some people just like to do it their way. So, you know. 3 minus 8 over top of 9 minus 1. 3 minus 8 gives us negative 5. 9 minus 1 gives us 8. And that's my slope. Negative 5, 8. Good? Cool. All right. Okay. Well, we could use that formula if we wanted to do it the slow way. The other way is to remember what we said. M is equal to rise over run. Rise over run. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. Let's look at the rise. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a 5. Cool. And then this way is 1, 2, 3, 4. It runs 4. I feel like I'm missing something. All right. Did I go up or down with that 5? What? That 5 right there. That went down. That went down. And when you go down, you go negative. So that's a negative 5. And when you go to the right, well, that's positive. So that's cool. All right. Another way to look at this, I mean, if you want to be, you know, weird with it all, is you can go a total of up a positive 5, and you can go left a negative 4. All right. So if you want to go up a positive 5 and to the left a negative 4, that also works. So what's my rise? My rise is 5 over 4, and it's going to be a negative value. All right, it's a negative 5 over 4. Now, what I want you to really know, and I'll get rid of this. I think it's easier to look at just one of them at a time, you know, because I love confusing you all. What I want you to know, and I want you to identify more than anything else, is that this is a negative slope. That going from left to right, going from left to right, if I am on my bicycle, and I cannot draw bicycles, so please do not yell at me or say I want a new teacher because he cannot draw bicycles. If I was on a bicycle, don't make fun of my bicycle, it would be going downhill, right? It's going downhill. It's going downhill. So that is a negative slope. I'd be going downhill. That's not a positive slope. I'm going downhill. All right, that's very, very important. Honestly, you're not going to find slopes a whole lot in every single job you do. You're really not. I get it. I get it. You know, when am I going to use this in life? When am I going to use this in life? Knowing what a negative slope is, you will actually use in life. Let's see here. What's been going on the last couple of, I don't know, months? We've been seeing a pandemic, and we've been able to look at, well, is it going uphill? Do we see an increase, or do we see a decrease? Do we see a negative slope? I mean, that right off the bat tells you that we need to identify the difference between a positive increase in cases or a negative increase in cases. If you're going into the medical field, or is this person gaining weight, losing weight? Is this person increasing in health or decreasing in health? If we are selling cheeseburgers, am I making money? Am I losing money? Every single job has to decide, is this an increase or a decrease, and do I want it to be an increase or a decrease, all right? That's going to be an important conversation. So, you know, I get it. Slopes, they're important to the some people in the company, but everybody in the company, absolutely everybody, needs to identify the difference between a positive and a negative slope. And this right here is a negative 5/4. Good, good. Don't make fun of my bicycle. All right, cool. Can I do it the other way with the formula? Yeah, you can totally do it with the formula if you want to. When is the formula more helpful? If these squares are super, super tiny, and you go, I'm squinting to see what's going on. If you can see the squares really easy, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it's just easier to just count the squares. 5 and 2. Is this a positive or a negative slope? Is it a positive or a negative slope? This is a positive slope. I'm rising by 5. I'm running by 2. Going up 5, running 2. Both of those are positive directions. Up and to the right, both positive. This is 5 over 2. Good? Do I need to get out of the way? You can see all that. All right, good. Match the line shown to the width and slope. All right, we got to talk about a couple things. Well, what are these slopes? Well, this one's a B right here. Well, B right here is a negative slope. That means it's going downhill. So is C. It's going downhill. I mean, if I was on my bike, I would totally be dead right now, right? A, because, you know, I got a janky bike, but also because, I mean, look at that sucker. I mean, that's not a hill I could do on a bike. All right. Well, you know, it's not positive either. So I'm not going downhill. I'm not going uphill. I mean, it's a weird line. So it's probably the 0 or the F. The question is it 0 or F? Well, let's go back to the bike analogy. Or a treadmill. How about a treadmill? Have you ever walked on a treadmill? All right. What's a 0 slope on a treadmill? Yes, good job. A 0 slope looks like this. And you just walk on the treadmill like this. And you're just going left to right. You're not going uphill. You're not going downhill. You're just going left to right on this treadmill. All right. That is a 0 slope. All right. We can walk on a treadmill with a 0 slope. That's totally fine. It's the easiest setting. Very easy and doable. This line is at a 0 slope. It's really not. All right. It's what we call undefined. All right. And if I were on a treadmill, I couldn't do that. And then dang NASA screwed that analogy up. All right, I've been using that analogy forever, and then NASA puts a freaking treadmill on the wall up in space. I'm not kidding. I've been using that example for 15 years, and like 2 years ago, they put a treadmill on the wall of the space station, and then have a video of little astronauts just jogging on the wall. All right, so blows my analogy completely out of the wall. Apparently, you can do a treadmill on the wall now. Analogy's dead. It drives me nuts. Every single time I hate this lesson, I get salty about it every single time. It makes me mad still. Stupid NASA. I think they named it after Colbert. I want to say that's the Colbert treadmill, so maybe I'm mad with him too. I don't know. He wanted the toilet. He got the treadmill. Ugh. Positive, negative slope. Yeah, you're remembering the bike. I know you're remembering the bike, and you're remembering that is a negative slope. Positive or negative? Is it horizontal? Is it going upwards, vertical, downwards? What's going on with this? Well, that's a slope. Why am I still using the green pen? I'm not really sure. So it starts and it goes up 3 and it goes to the right 2. It goes up 3 and right 2. So whatever my line is, if I go up 3 and to the right 2, wherever that line is, if it's going up 3 and to the right 2, that is an upward slope. It's an upward slope. It's a positive slope. It's going upward. Which one is the greater slope? Which one's the greater slope? Here's a little secret. I had no clue what the crap they were talking about. None whatsoever. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say the word crap in college. I don't know. I didn't know what they were talking about. All right. I'm not sure exactly I've ever used the term greater slope. I don't know. To me, it was kind of like, I was thinking absolute value. It has nothing to do with absolute value. I had to look this up, and it's just like, which one's the positive one? And I think it had like, hey, you're the teacher, you should know this, dummy. I think it was doing that. It's the positive slope. All they're saying, hey, which slope is positive? Okay, so which one's positive? L1. All right, good. So it's because it's going uphill. This one's the lesser slope. I don't know. See, I think the terminology on that's just, you wouldn't say the lesser slope. And that's really what I'm kind of going. So if that one's the L1's the greater one, what do we call L2? I don't know. I don't like the terminology on it. Whatever. I don't like greater slope. Find the slope of x equals 1. Okay. I don't know. Let's graph. All right. This is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. All right. X equals 1. All right. Well, input-output table. X is 1. Y is 0. Okay, so we put a little dot. Put a little dot right there. Well, what happens if y is 1? What's x? X is 1. So we put a little dot here. Well, what if y is negative 1? What's x? X is always 1. It's always 1. In fact, it's going to make this little dot like this. When x equals, what we do is we have a straight up and down line. Is that horizontal or vertical? That would be vertical. Vertical lines have... Can I walk on that on a treadmill? Nope. Undefined slope. Vertical means undefined. Cool. X equal means vertical, which means undefined. It's like, that would be a great note to have, like, right next to you while you're taking the test. Like, awesome note. Yeah. So if we know x equals vertical, what do you think y equals? I don't know, maybe, I bet we're going to come to that. I bet we will. Find the slope. Okay, so if you were a middle school student, or at least a freshman in high school, you saw this formula. Y is equal to mx plus b. This is what's called the slope-intercept formula. M is our slope. B is our intercept. M is our slope. B is our intercept. So if we have that in y is equal to mx plus b format, I can tell my slope super, super fast. All right. So this is my slope. This is my slope. This is my slope. So my slope is, oh, that is not the pen I wanted to use. How about that? Good. Done. Do I put an X there? How many people will put an X there on the test? Way too many. Way too many. Don't put the X. I don't want the X. The slope is the thing that's in front of the X, not the X. All right? It's like I've taught this for a couple of years, and a couple of you are going, yeah, I got that wrong on the test because I put an X there. Yeah, I know it was you. I know. I graded your test. Find the slope of the line. Find the slope of the line. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put it in that y is equal to mx plus b format. So what we have to have is we have to have y all by itself and everything else over to the other side. Y all by itself, everything else over to the other side. So what we're going to do here is we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. Subtract 3x, subtract 3x. So, wrong pen. Y is equal to negative 3x plus 4. Yeah, you're good? Yeah, I did that right. All right. So all we're doing is looking at the formula, and all we care about is the number that's in front of that x, and that is just negative 3. And I'm done. Good? Cool. It's almost like this got foreshadowed. If this is vertical, that means that this is horizontal. So this is horizontal. But I'm not letting you get away with that easy. I actually want this in y is equal to mx plus b format. Yeah. So let's take a look at that. So y is equal to minus 1. You're saying to yourself, I wonder if I can switch teachers. And then you're also thinking to yourself, where the heck is the x? All right, where's the x? How many x's do I have? Well, I don't have any x's. Well, what's that as a number? As a number, I don't have any x's is 0 x's. So y is equal to 0x minus 1? Yep. And so what's your slope? Slope is 0, which is the same thing as a horizontal slope. This is a horizontal line. Boop. It's going to be at what number? It's going to be at -1. So it's going to be just like drop down by 1. But yeah, still horizontal line. Good. We can walk on that treadmill. You're still thinking about that NASA thing, aren't you? Yeah. See, it bugs you now. It's starting to bug you now. You're seeing my pain. You're seeing my pain. All right. Now, I think everything before this was pretty easy other than having to put up with my nonsense. This is where we start getting into the weird stuff. Yeah, well, of course it came with a fraction too, because of course it did. Let's talk about what we're doing here. So, perpendicular, parallel, or neither. Choose the correct answer below. Determine whether the pair of lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So, parallel lines are same. Perpendicular lines are opposite. So same would be like saying 3/4 and 3/4. Cool. Opposite would be saying 5/2 and -2/5. That's really opposite. That means not only does it change, but it's flipped. Right? Neither, I think you can kind of guess, it's like 3/7 and 2/9. I mean, it's not the same or opposite. I'm not giving you an example for that one. You can make your own example up for that. So, parallel means same. They're the exact same thing. Perpendicular means opposite, where we kind of flip it. All right. That's going to be really important. That'd be one of those things that you would put on your notes for the test, because I'm implying that this is one of the hardest problems, or I don't know about hardest, but one of the problems that like is most missed on the test. I'm just going to take a sip of my tasty beverage while you write that down. All right. Is this perpendicular, parallel, or neither? Well, I got a 2/3 and a -2/3. All right. Well, they're kind of the same, but the one's got a negative. Does that mean they're the same? Nope. They're kind of opposite because the one's got a negative. Did it flip? Nope. So scooch out of the way here. Do that right there for the neither. It's the other side. Neither. Cool. Good. All right. Good. At least you can see it now. They just gotta be goofy with this stuff. All right, so what do we have to do? We're gonna put these into y equals format. So let's do one at a time, and we're gonna have the 4x equals 5y plus 1. What we're gonna do is we can actually switch sides if you want to do something really cool. Equal signs mean that you can just swap them. Just move them over. So we're just going to switch places with them. And then we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. If you want to do that some other way, just do it whatever way you want, as long as you get the same answer. 5y is equal to x minus 1. And then the last step here is to divide by 5. We're going to divide by 5. We're going to divide by 5. And you get y is equal to 1/5 x minus 1/5. And that's where people really get kind of mad at me. They're like, where did you get this? I don't understand. So let's take a look at that. We're dividing the x by 5. Well, how many x's do I have? I have a total of 1 x. That's 1 x. Well, that makes a 1/5 x. Minus 1. Negative 1 divided by 5 is negative 1/5. So that's what we have. Okay? I know. All right, let's keep going. The second one here is negative 8x plus 10y equals 1. First thing we're going to do is add 8x to both sides. And we like these in x, then constant. We like this in variable, then constant. So that's going to be 10y is equal to 8x plus 1. We want to write it like that. And we're going to divide both sides by that 10. We divide by 10. We divide by 10. And then I'm going to do that thing that you hated last time. And I'm going to even do it on steroids a little bit. So y is equal to 4/5 x. Don't believe me? Get out a calculator. Divide 8 by 10 and hit that F to D button. That simplifies it to 4/5. But you're not going to be able to use that calculator in college algebra. So what that is that's the fraction 8 over 10. 8 over 10. 8 and 10 are both divisible by the number 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that reduces to the fraction 4/5. And then we have just the plus 1/10. And we look, yeah, no, they're neither. Great. I don't have a parallel one or a perpendicular one. This is some great examples. Good job, me. That's why I should look at my problems before I do them. All right, and this is where I think the hardest problem is this one right here. Find a slope of a line that is parallel and perpendicular to the line through the pair of points. All right. All right, and I'm just really sorry, guys. We kind of go from like basic, and then holy cow, what the heck? Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find the slope that goes through these points. So obviously, you're looking at your previous formula that you wrote down. 0 minus y2, which is negative 9. Oh wait, did I do, yeah, y2 minus y1 over x, and I should look at my own formula maybe. X2 minus x1. That's going to give me 9 over 3, which gives me 3. All right. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Good. So the slope of the line that is parallel to this, is 3. The slope of the line that's perpendicular to this is going to be flipped. It's going to be flipped upside down. So perp is going to be negative 1 over 3. Negative 1 over 3. Remember, it's asking for both. So that's part B here. Part B is going to ask you for the perpendicular, and that's going to be negative 1 over 3. You take 3 and you flip it. All right? Cool? All right. I think that is all the problems, and yeah, it is. Again, hit that Ask My Instructor button. That's how you get attendance. For today, message me all you want. I'm going to be responsive to anything that you message me. I just cannot do a video today. I'll catch you guys later. See you on Monday. Wow. See you on Monday. I'm available like all weekend. It's not like I'm not your teacher still on the weekend. Message me. Let me know if you need anything, guys. Get your work done. It's on the schedule.